So guys, there's been an update on the whole NIO being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. The House has passed the vote. So guys, I'm going to be giving you my take on the situation, so stay tuned. What's up you guys, this is Sankey from Stockflix. For those who don't know, I'm a former banker who used to work in London and New York City, but now I come on here each and every day onto YouTube to share my knowledge about stocks and shares. Guys, I've been investing for over 10 years. I've done it all, I've seen it all, and I'm just here to make you guys some good returns. So guys, before I kick off, do check out that link down below. That's Trading 212. Go and grab yourself a free share of stock worth up to $100. It's a fantastic deal. You get a free share, I get a free share. I actually had someone who used the link and actually got a free share of stock of NIO, and I thought that was pretty cool, right? Seems like they're giving away some of these Chinese EV manufacturers. So guys, check out the link, grab yourself a free share of stock. So guys, there has been an update on the whole delisting situation, the Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act, right? So now the House has matched the Senate, they've passed the vote, and this is going to the President for signing, guys. So that's where we're at currently. Now, this isn't something to panic about on the offset. NIO isn't being delisted today, it's not being delisted tomorrow, right? This whole situation is to protect investors who invest in foreign companies that list on American stock exchanges, right? And in particular, the focus is around Chinese companies because there has been historically some pretty bad situations in the past, right? And one of those is Luckin Coffee. Now, with Luckin Coffee, they fabricated their revenue numbers and made it seem like the company was very, very profitable and a very successful business when it really wasn't. And when they got exposed, that share price tanked, right? So this Holding Foreign Companies Accountable Act is to protect investors from being bamboozled by companies, right? By fabricating false information. So I know there's a lot of fear in the market, and I know that NIO on the pre-market was actually down today on this news because investors are worried about, okay, is NIO a legit company? Am I investing in, some bricks and sand overseas? But guys, the pre-market, if we just take yesterday's trading, for example, NIO dropped down to about $39, $40, right? Which is pretty surprising to see because we haven't seen those numbers for a while. I jumped in at that point, and I always tell you guys to buy in at the dip. And when you're investing in companies that have fantastic future growth potential, guys, you want to be making the most of these dips, right? That is where you jump in and you can maximize your returns. So guys, if you invested in NIO when it dropped down to about $39.40, you would be up now 20% on closing, right? 20% in the day, just like that, right? The share price movement is going in the opposite direction of the actual company. NIO is growing. It's becoming more profitable, right? It's becoming a bigger entity. It's becoming a beast. But its share price was going the other way. So guys, you've got to capitalize on that movement. So for those of you who are worried about NIO being stripped off the stock exchange and its share price dropping to zero, guys, NIO and the other Chinese companies have 3 years to work with the oversight body, that's the PCOB, to ensure their audits are correct and there's no misleading investors, right? That's 3 years. What I wanted to do is give you guys an insight into what NIO's business is going to look like in 3 years' time, because it's going to look like a very different business to what it's looking like now, right? NIO is a beast now, but in 3 years it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Let me just start with deliveries, right? Let's take deliveries. NIO's deliveries for 2020 are looking to be about 45,000, right, deliveries. In 3 years' time, when this brand is expanded overseas, brought out new models, etc., its deliveries, I estimate to be at least 150 to 200,000, right? That is a massive uplift on what it's doing right now. As the whole EV market expands and grows, as we have more governments banning gas vehicles, as we have more and more introductions of EV vehicles and the momentum is just getting faster and faster, the addressable market that NIO has to capture is just getting larger and larger. And we also have to note that NIO is working very, very hard on increasing their production capacity. Right now, we know that NIO could do about 5,000 vehicles per month. At the end of this month, it should go up to 7,500. And by next year, NIO is targeting about 12,000 vehicles per month. So guys, you could see the step up there, right? That's how NIO is going to go from 45,000 deliveries now to in the range of 150 to 250,000 vehicles delivered in 3 years' time. And that's on a conservative basis. So guys, in terms of their models, we know that NIO has 3 models right now, right? They have their ES6, their ES8, their EC6. They're coming out with 2 new sedans. Guys, I think NIO is going to bring out another model between the end of 2021 and 2023, right? I don't know what that model could be. They've got a lot of different avenues to explore. And that model is just going to add billions to this company, right? People are excited about new models. And they're just going to add a new complementary car, right? That's just able them to capture market share in a new segment. We know that the sedan is going to capture a whole different audience to its current SUVs. And their next model is going to do the exact same thing. Guys, let's talk about battery swapping, right? We know that NIO is the pioneer of battery swapping. If you don't know battery swapping, or just a refresher, battery swapping is a service where you can go to this station and swap out your battery for a fully charged one, right? Now, we know that a big sticking point in electric vehicles is that the battery deteriorates over time. Here, you can swap out your battery for a fresh one. It just improves the longevity of the car. And guys, this is phenomenal. It's not only that, it's convenient as well. You can get your battery swapping done in 3 minutes. And guys, they're coming out with their 2nd generation battery swaps next year, and they're looking to put 300 of those on the ground. Now, by 2023, I estimate that NIO is going to have between 500 and 750 battery swapping stations, guys. This is a massive uplift on what they've got currently, yeah? So battery swapping is just going to become more of the norm, right? I think there was a statistic that says the average person is about 3 kilometers away from a battery swapping station. Guys, that's going to drop down to 2 kilometers by 2023. It's going to be so convenient. It's going to be like just popping down to your local petrol station. And that is the vision that NIO has, right? Guys, this year, NIO bought out its 100 kilowatt hour battery. That gives cars the ability to drive longer on one charge. We know that NIO is coming out with their 150 kilowatt hour battery next year. Guys, it wouldn't surprise me if by 2023, they've got a 200 to 250 kilowatt hour battery. So what does this mean? This means it's becoming easier to use electric vehicles. It's becoming more convenient to use electric vehicles. Why? Because on one single charge, you can make a phenomenally long journey. And that's where they're moving. That's where they're working on. That's where some of their R&D budget is going. And they're working hard behind the scenes to make these cars more practical, more convenient, and the best modes of transport. So guys, watch out for 2023, NIO coming out with its 250 kilowatt hour battery. Guys, international expansion. By 2023, NIO is going to be well integrated into Europe. They're already making grounds to move into Copenhagen, Denmark, right? And I think if you saw my NIO 2021 prediction, I think they're going to do about 5,000 to 10,000 deliveries next year over there on the ground. So guys, by 2023, they're going to be expanding into other European countries, right? Once they've got that base in Copenhagen, Denmark, once they've set up the facilities, it's going to be easy for them to expand into the neighboring countries. And those sales are just going to keep increasing, and NIO's momentum is going to keep rising, right? It's not long before we see them in UK. And we know that by 2030, we are getting rid of gas vehicles. Now, that's going to be a steady increase. So by 2023, we're going to see a lot more electric vehicles on the ground here in the UK. And I see a lot more vehicles now, right? It's almost like as every month goes by, I see more and more electric vehicles. You can see the penetration literally before your eyes, just walking down the street. So guys, by 2023, it wouldn't surprise me if they're expanding into America. They're already planting their seeds right now into Europe, as we know. Next year, they're probably going to start planting their seeds in America and start generating some sales in 2022. And by 2023, they should have good momentum internationally. So the future is looking fantastic from a global expansion point of view for NIO. And they are worldwide recognized, guys. This is a brand that a lot of people know. They have a lot of buzz and a lot of hype around their company. So guys, by 2023, we could see robo-taxis. We know recently, a few days ago, it's been announced that NIO has been partnering with Mobileye and working on their autonomous driving taxis, guys. They are planning to send dozens of vehicles to Israel to get that kicked off, right? They're making fantastic rounds with that. And we know that robo-taxis is potentially a multi-billion-dollar industry, guys. That is a revolutionary idea. And it's coming, guys, and it's coming with full steam. So by 2023, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a network of robo-taxis working in different areas of this world. So guys, the future is looking fantastic for NIO. And all of this is to just reassure any of you investors out there who are potentially looking to sell out of NIO, or you're struggling with grasping the idea of, is NIO going to stay on the stock exchange or not? Guys, the likelihood of NIO dropping off the stock exchange is extremely small. NIO is a solid business, and I strongly believe that it has solid financials, and everything they are telling us is legitimate. So guys, I actually work with a lot of Chinese manufacturers, not in the auto industry, in different industries. But on my weekly Zoom calls with them, I always ask them about NIO. Any insights you can give me? What's the perception on the ground out there? And guys, they're telling me there is so much hype for the brand. There's so much excitement and so much buzz, and they're seeing more and more NIO cars. And guys, this is just backed up with, the referral rate. The referral rate, it is fantastic, right? It's better than Tesla's. So, people are loving the NIO cars. They've got a fantastic business and a fantastic brand. And I strongly think that NIO is not out to bamboozle us. I do think that their numbers are correct. And I think they will pass these audits with flying colours. So guys, in terms of the best case situation, you just keep dollar cost averaging into NIO, taking advantage of the red days, and you will be laughing in the future. Because this is a company that is only going up, right? In the worst case situation, let's say for whatever reason that, there's, they can't work with the auditor, or, some other issues creep up and they're delisted. They're delisted in 3 years. NIO is still going to be a different beast in 3 years. That share price is still going to be higher than it is. Yes, you're going to get an initial drop. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people leaving, but in 3 years' time, it's still going to be a fantastic business. And your shares are probably going to be bought out at a much higher rate than they are now. But I think the likelihood of that happening is probably less than 5%, guys. Much less than 5%. I personally think it's probably like 2%. So I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging into NIO. I'm going to keep making the most of the dips in NIO, and because I strongly believe in the future potential of this business. And we're only receiving more and more positive news, guys. NIO's got so many catalysts to boost its share price coming up over the next few months. And I'm very proud and excited to say I'm a strong believer in NIO, and I'm here for the long term. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for checking in. Please do hit a like on this video. It really helps the channel out. If you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe on this channel. I post every single day. We talk stocks and shares over here. We have a fantastic time. And guys, do leave any questions, comments you have in the comment section, right? I love reading all your questions, all your comments. I love seeing people from all over the globe getting involved. So guys, till next time, see you. Take care.